Hello everybody, mến chào các bạn đến với The Nail Tip Show. Hôm nay chương trình OPI Pro Show mang đến các bạn những collection mới với Galdina và Heather. Hello everybody, welcome to the Nail Tip Show. For today we are doing OPI Virtual Pro Show. My name is Tiffany Ho and I'm your host today. OPI is partnering with Sam's Nail Supply to share with you guys special deals with OPI products and give you free nail education with OPI design artists. Now we have two special guests in the studio with us today. Right from OPI, we have Heather Reynosa, OPI Director of Global Education. Say hello, Heather.
Hi, hello.
And we also have Galdina Jimenez, and she's going to be giving you guys some cool nail tricks today. So say hello, Galdina.
Hi everyone, so good to be back.
Yes, we're so excited to have you back with us, Galdina. You guys, we've been so excited. We're preparing a really great show for you today. And we're going to be sharing with you guys 3 new collections that OPI just launched. First off is the Nature Strong collection. Is a vegan nail polish with 30 new colors. Then we also have Downtown LA, which is OPI's 40th anniversary fall season collection with 12 new colors. And as well as the Velvet Vision, which is OPI's first magnetic effect gel collection with 6 amazing colors. Now, today, in partnership with OPI, today's deals are provided by Sam's Nail Supply, located all over Texas. You guys can take a look, and they have so many different locations. But I want to share with you guys a special show deals today. So if you call today, you will be able to get some special deals. So let's go over them. Real quick. There will be 20% off all OPI products, including nail lacquer, gel color, powder perfection. And if you spend $100, you get a choice of a calendar, mask, apron, or towel for free. If you buy the entire Downtown LA collection, you get 2 OPI logo aprons, 2 masks, 2 towels, 2 water bottles for free. If you buy the Velvet Vision collection, you get 1 apron, 1 towel, and 2 masks for free. And last but not least, if you buy the Nature Strong collection, you get 1 apron, 1 towel, and a mask for free. So these are such amazing deals. If you guys call the suppliers today and you mention OPI Virtual Pro Show with the Nail Tip Show, you'll be able to really get in on these deals. All right, the next exciting thing about today's show is that there will also be one winner, one of you guys watching today, that will win an amazing giveaway gift, okay? So before we've done one, but now there's gonna be a bigger gift, so you guys need to stay tuned, and we're going to be asking you guys one question, and one of you will win. So Heather, you wanna talk about what the audience could win today?
I would. We've got a few handfuls of some logo items and a great calendar. OPI towel with the newest updated logo.
Oh my gosh.
These are a hot commodity
in
salons. Everybody always wants the logo items. When I taught classes back in the olden days, they would fight me for these.
I can't blame you, honestly.
We also have, I'll get to that part last because I love that. We have these fantastic masks. Everybody's got to have a mask these days, so make them pretty, make them logoed, make them branded.
I love the tie-dye, it's so cute.
This one's actually my favorite because I live my life in black. This matches me all of the time.
Well, there's a little logo on the side too, so
and
I love
it's
that.
in a heart.
I know, it's so
I love
cute.
that it's in a heart. And an apron. So this is obviously a super hot commodity too in the salon because what are we getting all over ourselves? In the salon, we're getting everything all over ourselves in the salon. And the beauty of black is that no one can see anything you've spilled on yourself.
Yes.
And then finally, we have this fantastic 40 years of color OPI calendar. It is month to month, each of our collections. We've got some Nature Strong in here. We've got some of our nail lacquer in here. There is literally something for everybody all through here. We have Powder Perfection highlighted all the way through the calendar year. Fantastic to put up in the salon, put in your workspace, wherever you want it. It's beautiful. The graphics are fantastic.
Yes. Also, again, so these are some of the items, a really quick look into the items that you'll be able to get if you get in all these special deals through Sam's Nail Supply. So also, remember, stay tuned. One of you guys will win these items. They'll get shipped right to you and get all of these OPI goodies. All right, so I know you guys are probably waiting. You guys want to hear about the collection. You guys want to see more about it. But first, the first collection we'll be featuring is the Nature Strong collection. Now, this is OPI's first vegan nail polish collection. Heather we have Heather here in our studio, and she is the Director of Global Education for OPI. So Heather, can you tell us more about the collection? What makes Nature Strong unique compared to the other nail polish collections?
I think that not just that it's unique to other nail polish collections, it's also unique in the vegan natural source space. So it is different in that it is naturally sourced. So what we mean by that is that the ingredients in the product are naturally sourced. We have potato starch in them. We have things you could eat. Don't drink the nail polish.
Sugar cane, I believe, right?
We do, manioc. Yes. So it is naturally sourced. We also have a very, very cool part of it is that most on the market that are vegan or naturally sourced, they don't tend to last very long. They don't perform very well. And we managed to create a product that performs. It really does wear up to 7 days. It really does wear like your traditional nail lacquers. So in addition to getting that naturally sourced that you're looking for, that benefit, you're also getting the performance that you'd expect from a traditional nail lacquer.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know that you guys have really put a lot of thought and intention behind creating even the packaging. I know you guys really put in a lot of time to source the materials to make sure that the packaging in it is also sustainable.
We did. The caps, as a matter of fact, are and I can't, forgive me, I don't have the percentage, but it is a high percentage of recyclable material.
Yeah.
That's why it's got the little gray flecks. If you look at the bottles, it's slightly, a little bit gray. Oh, it's 20%. Thank you for putting that graphic up there for you guys. 20% post-consumer recycled materials. That's why you see that it's just a little bit off color. It's not a true white. And there are other things in the works to even help with that sustainability story, but stay tuned for that.
Yes, and how many colors, again, does Nature Strong have?
A lot.
Yeah.
I
believe it's
I
like,
bet Tiffany knows better than I do.
I think it's 30 brand new colors, and from what I know, the collection is really unique in that each of these colors are brand new, and I love the names of a lot of the colors.
They sound like natural
colors.
Yeah,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
And they're unique to this line. So the colors that you see in Nature Strong, you will only find in the Nature Strong collection.
Yes, perfect. All right, so I know you guys are dying to see it in action. So Galdina, what look do you have prepared for us today with using Nature Strong?
All right, so the look I'm going to be showing today is a vintage floral look. Super easy to do using the Nature Strong lacquer collection. So this look right here, the details look pretty difficult, but I'm going to show you guys how simple this is. You could do this in just a couple minutes.
Ok, Gardina sẽ chia sẻ với các bạn một kiểu mẫu rất là đẹp. Gardina, can you show me the flowers again? Đây là một kiểu mẫu Gardina sẽ chia sẻ dùng collection sưu tập mới của công ty OPI, đó là Nature Strong Collection. Đây là một cái collection mới nha các bạn. Tất cả tổng cộng có 30 màu và những màu này làm từ những nguyên liệu tự nhiên nên nó rất là đẹp và nó giữ lâu bền đến một tuần nha các bạn, mà không cần base coat, chỉ cần một lớp, 2 lớp màu và một lớp top thôi nha các bạn.
Let's just go in and get started on the look. So I'm actually going to put on some gloves first. And using Nature Strong after prepping the nails, you know, pushing back your cuticles and shaping and filing and buffing the nail. You want to cleanse the nail, of course, with some NAS 99, and then you'd want to go in with some Bond-Aid, which is a pH balancing agent. This is just going to slightly dehydrate that top layer of the nail plate and prepare it for our Nature Strong application. So you would think, okay, what's next, right? Base coat. No. So we are not going to have to use base coat with the Nature Strong. The base coat is actually formulated inside of the color. So you are going to have a quicker service without having to apply that base coat. So less steps, less time, more money, right? So after properly prepping the nail, you'd want to go ahead and apply your first coat of Nature Strong to the entire nail. Now the viscosity is a little bit thicker. The pigments are so highly pigmented and the formula is a little bit thicker because there's less, Heather, help me out.
I think it's thicker because of the pigmentation.
The pigmentation,
really
there's less processing, that's the word.
Mm-hmm. And the color coat itself self-adheres, that's why we don't need the base coat. If you have a nail, though, I'll just quickly call out, if you do have nails that tend to be a little bit prone to staining and you're using a darker color, go ahead and throw a base coat under there. If you're worried about a story and making sure that it's part of a more natural story, we are recommending to use Nail Envy, the formaldehyde-free version, as a base coat.
Ok.
Perfect.
Sau khi các bạn prep móng tay xong, lớp bắt đầu là Cordina dùng cái bond đây. Cái bond đấy nó chỉ làm cho cái mặt móng cho nó bớt những cái bụi bặm hay là cái dầu thôi. Với cái Nature Strong Collection này các bạn không cần base, nhưng nếu mà các bạn thấy khách hàng nếu mà cần thì các bạn cũng có thể dùng base nha các bạn. Đó, những cái màu Nature Strong này rất là đậm vì nó có nhiều chất pigment nên các bạn sơn vừa mỏng và đều tay, và cái màu mà Cordina đang dùng là Bright as Rain nha các bạn. Go ahead.
All right, so thank you. I forgot to mention the color that I was using. So out of the 30 colors, I decided to use Bright as Rain. It's a nice taupey color. I believe Heather has it on as well today. And this is, you can see I've already applied the first coat, which I showed you guys, and it is now dried and ready for that second coat. And the first coats, you can see it is actually pretty pigmented, but our second coat is going to add complete pigmentation, and that's all you really need with these. The formula is just so bright and the coverage is just amazing.
It's my favorite part.
All
And
right.
you're going to put this art on me after, right?
Yes, we definitely do that. So technically, you could be done after this. So just a 2-coat application with this, and you can let it dry and walk out the door. And there's not going to be any chipping. It's going to last up to 7 days. But yeah, so Nature Strong is going to be a super quick and easy manicure, especially for those DIYers out there. If you like doing your own nails and you're busy, this is a perfect product to have on hand at home where you can quickly do your manicures. All right, so I've already prepped a nail and it's completely dried. You want to make sure that you dried when you are adding nail art. So you could stop there, but if you want to be a little extra like I am, you are going to add some nail art, of course. So I'm just going to get an Expert Touch removal wrap. And this is going to be my palette for today. So just a foil wrap, and I'm going to place that right there because I'm going to be adding a couple drops of a few colors. And I'm just going to be using a standard nail art brush. You could use a dotting tool if you'd like as well, or a toothpick, whatever works for you. And I'm going to grab 2 colors here. And of course, because it's air drying, you want to work a little bit quickly with this. And I'm going to show you how easy Nature Strong is to work with nail art, because it does dry completely pretty quickly, but when you're working with it, you still have quite a bit of time to work than your traditional lacquers. So the colors I'm going to be using is Raise in Your Voice, and for What It's Earth, I'm going to apply a dollop on the palette of each color.
Okay. So sau khi Cordina dùng hai lớp của cái màu đầu tiên, rồi sau đó đợi khô chút xíu. Các bạn đang coi thì Cordina dùng 2 cái màu kế tiếp gọi là Raising Your Voice and For What It's Earth, là 2 cái màu này Cordina sẽ phối hợp và làm một cái bông giống như bông màu rose ấy các bạn.
All right, so I'm simply going to dip my brush into each color and just do half circles back and forth. And I do about 2 to 3 depending on the look I'm going for. So this is how I'm doing my roses. And sometimes I will alternate like I just did into the colors just to make sure that each rose is unique to itself.
Các bạn thấy thì Cordina dùng một cái cọ rất là ngắn và nhỏ để phối hợp 2 cái màu này vô và vẽ lên thành một bông hồng nha các bạn.
So simple, so quick, and because it's so pigmented, the contrasting colors work perfectly together to get this look. So I'm able to create these simple, quick and easy roses with just a couple strokes of my brush, going back and forth, doing these little half circles. Look how simple that is. And those are gonna start to dry. I'm just gonna brush off the excess on my pad here, my cotton pad that I have, and put these 2 colors away. And then I'm gonna grab 2 more colors to create our leaves.
I love this design. I thought that when you first looked at it, it looked so
It's so intimidating.
so complicated, but it's actually so simple.
I would have
so
gone about it a
simple.
completely different way. You actually just blew my mind a little bit by mixing those colors up. There's a technique when you use a flat brush.
The
and you
one
pick up
stroke method,
That
yes.
was like one stroke. That was like one stroke for dummies.
Well, one stroke, usually you're using gel or you're using acrylic paint.
Yeah.
Which is water-based. And I feel like this formula does work a lot like acrylic paint, where it's like you have a little bit more time to work with, and it's so pigmented that just one coat gives you really great coverage on whatever art you're doing.
It's really beautiful. And to speak to that one coat of, like, that pigment is not a joke, because I literally have one coat on my nails right now. And I'm wearing a shorter nail. And a longer nail, obviously you'd want to go for the second stroke, but in a hurry, which I was today,
Perfect.
I just put on one and I'm in good shape.
All right, so moving on, I have All Heal Queen Mother Earth and Cactus What You Preach. And I'm gonna use these two colors. It's the same idea, but we are doing a different stroke of that brush. So a dollop of each on my palette.
Các bạn đang coi thì Cardina dùng hai cái màu cũng là từ Nature Strong Collection. Hai màu này gọi là All Heal Queen Mother Earth và Cactus What You Preach. Hai màu này thì cũng giống như lần trước, lấy một cái cọ nhỏ và phối hợp với nhau thành làm cái lá nha các bạn.
So I've loaded my brush with each color, and then I'm just kind of doing the same thing, but this time I'm just doing strokes straight out. So I'm starting where I want to create my leaf. It creates like a dot and then feather it out, and it creates like more of an almond shape, which is what you want for that leaf. And alternating colors just to make sure that I have more texture, and just going in between each rose. So you want to let this completely dry. I already have one that I did earlier. You could actually leave like this and walk out the door, because there is no top coat necessary. But if you want to give it a little bit of more evenness, because as you can see, it is slightly textured because of the different layers we have there, which actually looks pretty cool. But if you want a nice, smooth, long-lasting shine finish, you'd want to go ahead and top coat with the Nature Strong top coat. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and the idea is to float the product over the nail to prevent any streaking, and also just making sure that it is completely dry.
Sau khi các bạn hài lòng với cái kiểu mẫu mình vẽ rồi, các bạn muốn đợi nó khô chút xíu, rồi các bạn dùng cái Nature Strong top coat mà các bạn không có cần đè cái cọ mạnh xuống, nhẹ nhẹ giống như Cardina đang làm đó. Các bạn chỉ muốn kéo cái nước sơn mỏng xuống và đều lên mặt máu nha các bạn.
Yeah, so I think the trickiest part is making sure that your top coat is nice and even without adding too much pressure. I just kind of glided the brush over, just making sure that I don't get any streaking, because I would say that is just going to be your biggest challenge. But like I said, just glide it over. I had plenty of product on my brush before I applied it, and just let this dry. About 5 minutes, you're ready to walk out that door.
Galdina, can you show us under camera how much of the top coat you pick up to apply
Yeah,
over
of
something
course.
like that?
Let me leave that there. So, like I said, I used about a generous amount, just enough to glide it without having to add any pressure. So I loaded up my brush, wiped off most of it, and as you can see, just enough to probably let it drip.
Really lets it float.
Yes. All right, and there you have it. Super simple, quick and easy, vintage floral look with little effort.
I love that. Thank you so much, Galdina. If you guys are looking to recreate this look, make sure to tag us, tag OPI, tag the Nail Tip Show, and tag Galdina to make sure that we can see what you guys are creating, because we love to see you guys do that. All right, that was our Nature Strong nail art demo. All right, so we have 2 more collections we are going to feature today. The next one, I'm super excited about this one, is the Downtown LA. I know that this is OPI's 40th anniversary. That's what you guys are celebrating. And all year long, you guys have been launching new collections that have been inspired by the cities around where OPI first started. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
is.
Heather, so can you walk us through the inspiration and inspiration behind this particular collection and the colors? And yeah, we just want to hear more about it.
This particular collection was, as you said, downtown LA. I mean, that's really what it is. It's that story of downtown LA. The color palette is a little bit dark, a little bit mysterious, a little bit gritty, but still very glamorous.
Yes.
The hero shade is Abstract After Dark, and it's a play on Lincoln Park After Dark, which is a total OPI iconic classic. Happens to be my favorite color besides Big Apple Red, but it's got this beautiful shimmer to it. It's very subtle, it's a little bit gold, it's a little bit purple, it's a little bit blue. It kind of changes as you look at it. And the idea is back when you talk about people going and barking up on Mulholland Drive and looking over the city and it's dusky and you see that twinkling of golden lights everywhere. I mean, that's really Abstract After Dark in a nutshell.
100%. You could definitely see that peeking through the color.
Definitely, and it's stunning. There's another particular favorite of mine is Angel's Flights to Starry Nights. It's this icy blue with a holographic shimmer to it.
Yes.
I get a little excited about that color. But our partnerships, it was an exciting collection in general. So she mentioned I'm the Global Director of Education. I have been in nails for 26 years this year, and I started out as a nail pro. I have been a nail pro since 1995. It's a long time. I shouldn't have said that out loud. But this is my first collection that I got to see start to finish with OPI, and it was pretty rewarding. The artwork was fantastic. Even the nail styles that we used were super pro as opposed to a little bit DIY. The length that we were able to get on Buckley that Chang Legend created,
Yes.
who was outstanding to work with, by the way. He's got 1 million+ followers, and the guy could not be more kind and humble. He's very gifted. And then the artist that we worked with was Buckley. She just looked like we were using a random model. Nope, that's an accomplished artist that we were utilizing in the campaign.
She looked so good with her nails in that video that you guys created.
She did, and Chang created those. The look that she was wearing was actually inspired. What Chang created was inspired by the artwork she created for our campaign.
I love that. It's like a little mirroring of each other's artists.
It was fantastic. But everything about it was fantastic. Even the location we filmed it on was pretty iconic.
No, the collection is amazing. I know it comes with 12 brand new colors, and it's a permanent collection.
Yes.
And I know that, again, with every collection you guys create, there's so much purpose and intention behind everything you guys do. But what trends can we see with this collection for the upcoming fall?
I think it's the deep colors. They're deep, but they're still bright almost. It's a little bit of a weird dichotomy, right?
Yes.
The colors are not something that's going to blend into the landscape. And they look classic, they look cool, they look a little grungy, but they're still very impactful and still very interesting.
Almost like trans-seasonal, right?
Absolutely
Yes.
trans-seasonal. It's something, there's a mix of colors you can wear through the winter. There's colors you'll wear to New Year's parties. There's colors you'll wear into the spring. I think that's a pretty, what did you use, transcendent?
Trans-seasonal.
Trans-seasonal. It's transcendent too. I think that works.
Yes,
Definitely.
100%. Well, again, I know you guys are probably looking forward to see the collection. Galdina, are you ready to share with us your next look?
Yes. All right, so the second look I have here is a super trendy swirl look. It's got a lot going on, and I'm using 3 different products here. So I'm using some of the colors from the Powder Perfection from the Downtown LA collection. Also notice a little bit of sparkle. We'll get into that. So it's kind of like a sneak peek into the next collection we're going to be talking about, and some raw glitter in there. But yeah. So after prepping, you of course want to do a coat of Bond-Aid. I'm not going to be showing that. I'm going to go straight into our base coat because I am using a plastic tip here. It's not really necessary to show that. But after letting it dry, we're going to apply 1 coat of OPI's Powder Perfection base coat. And I'm going to be using the pour over method. So I already placed a little bit of Violet Visionary into a disposable cup. And I also have a disposable cup right next to it, and I'm using the pour over method, which is going to be using less product and still able to achieve full coverage.
Với cái bước đầu tiên thì Gardena sẽ dùng cái màu Velvet Visionary. Để cho em muốn nhắc thêm là OPI Downtown LA Collection là có tổng cộng 12 màu nhưng có 6 màu là Powder Perfection là bột nhúng nha các bạn. Và màu đầu tiên Gardena dùng là bột dip Velvet Visionary. Thì muốn giữ an toàn cho khách hàng thì các bạn thấy đó, Gardena bớt ra vô cái hũ và rác lên móng.
All right, so I've applied one coat of base coat to 90% of the nail and leaving a small margin at the cuticle area, and then poured over the Violet Visionary, making sure to catch the excess in my second cup because I'm going to do a second coat after tapping off the excess. And then also I'm going to get a soft dusting brush and also dust off that excess. So this would be the steps you would do if you were dipping the nail. Instead of dipping the nail, I'm pouring it over. Also for great sanitary reasons, the pour over method is a great method to use. All right, and then we're gonna go into our second coat. We're gonna cover the entire nail this time and do the same steps.
Kế tiếp Gardena cũng lấy một cái bước đầu tiên gọi là base, rồi sơn lên móng đều trên mặt móng và cũng lần lượt rác lên lớp thứ hai nha các bạn.
And this time pouring over the entire nail. And make sure to point the finger down. This helps let the product rain over, and also make sure to twist the finger back and forth. Make sure you have control of your client's hand because sometimes they want to help you and it's really fighting against you. So let them know they need to relax their hand and you take control. And then once that's all absorbed, I'm going to go ahead and tap off the excess and once again brush off the excess powder.
Sau khi các bạn rác, các bạn muốn đợi khoảng chừng 3-4 giây rồi mới phủi cái bột đi nha các bạn.
All right, so just gently brushing off the excess. And you can see how quickly Powder Perfection dries. So this is a pretty quick manicure with the strength of acrylic without having to use that smelly monomer. All right, so now I'm going to go into the art portion of this. Once again, I'm going to be using my base coat, and the color I'm using next is pink on canvas. So I'm going to create a couple squiggly lines using pink on canvas. I already, once again, prepped my little cup with my product, and I'm going to pour that over once I've painted it on. So the idea is to create these two little lines on the side. And they don't have to be perfect because we are going to go in a little bit later to create a different one. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pour that over. I'm going to let that absorb, and then I'm going to go into the other side and do a swoosh down along the tip of the nail and quickly pour that over and let that sit for a second and then dust off the excess. So as I'm dusting it off, you're going to notice that the colors tend to stick to each other, which is totally fine because I'm going to show you how to get rid of that before we complete the look. So I'm going to move the pink on canvas out of the way and then go into our third color, which is OPI Hearts DTLA. This lovely, I like to call this color Gurple, so it's like a grayish purple, but this one also has like a little bit of blue in it. So let me get my other cup to pour over.
I'm going to call that Gurple forever now. It's no longer OPI Hearts DTLA, it's Gurple.
Các bạn vừa coi là Gardena dùng cái màu giống như màu tím tím hồng hồng đó rồi rác lên để làm một cái design, và sau đây Gardena cũng làm thêm một bước nữa để cộng thêm những cái design kiểu lên trên móng nha các bạn.
So I made a swoosh using the brush from the bottle and quickly pouring over OPI Hearts DTLA. Making sure to get enough product on there so it absorbs. If you start to see it a little bit shiny and not powdery, that means you need a little bit more powder, but I think I've put enough on there that it's going to absorb just enough, and then I'm going to tap off the excess. All right, let me move those out of the way because I am now done with that. And then I'm going to get my dusting brush and dust off the excess. All right. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to move into my glitter portion. So here I have a little bit of raw glitter, and notice there's different sizes. It can be a little bit tricky to work. I do like the big chunks because it looks really cool, but sometimes they can be hard to lay down. So make sure you have gloves, or you could use like a silicone tool if you need. And I'm going to get my Powder Perfection base and apply it to the center of the center swoosh, just following it a little bit and then pouring that over, tapping off the excess. And then I'm going to get some clear color set powder and pour that over as well.
Galdina, what does the clear color set powder do when you're placing those sequins?
So it's basically going to fill in the spots where I have my base coat that don't have pieces of glitter on, and kind of just fill in the spots, because if I weren't, then you'd have a little bit of unevenness. So as I add my complete finished coat of clear color set powder to encapsulate my look, it's going to be a little bit more even. You're not going to have bubbles or anything like that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dust off that excess. And then I'm going to go in with the base coat once again, applying it to the entire nail and pouring over the clear color set powder to encapsulate the look.
Okay. Các bạn đang coi thì Gardena sau khi làm mấy cái kiểu mẫu đẹp rồi thì Gardena lấy một cái lớp base số 1 rồi phủi cái lớp clear lên nha các bạn. Các bạn cũng thấy đó, tuy rằng Gardena dùng bột dip của công ty OPI Powder Perfection, nhưng đây là cũng một cách làm cái kiểu design cho khách hàng của mình.
So I am kind of making sure to get in between any little nooks and crannies with that step 1 base coat, and then simply pour over the clear color set powder to the entire nail to create that encapsulation. Now, the encapsulation is really important in here, because if I were to go to my next steps, which is applying activator and then buffing and filing, what can happen is basically you're going to be filing off all that artwork that you just did. So you definitely it's necessary to apply that clear color set powder to the entire nail. Tapping off the excess and then brush off. All right. And finally, we're going to go in with our step 2 activator. And this is going to basically cure the product and make it harden so we can file. And after applying your activator, you want to let it sit for 2 minutes, maybe 3, because we do have a couple extra layers in there, and letting it completely cure and harden, and follow with some buffing and filing and shaping.
Các bạn cũng đang coi thì sau khi bỏ một cái lớp clear phủi lên để giữ lại những cái kiểu design, sau đó Gardena đi cái bước thứ 2 gọi là activator, thì để cho cái bột nó vừa cứng và bền bỉ trên mặt móng nha các bạn.
So I already had one that was activated and prepped. I'm going to go ahead in with my edge 180 file and shape the nail out. Sometimes you can get a little bit of unevenness depending on how you are painting the nail, and you definitely want to be shaping it. And then just go ahead and start evening out and contouring the nail, making sure you're flushing at the cuticle and along the sidewalls. Being very careful not to file on the client's skin. Of course, I'm using a swatch stick here, so it's a little bit easier to get down and file and shape this nail. But if you are using on a client, maybe using an e-file will be a little bit easier to get into those nooks and crannies.
Sau khi các bạn bỏ cái lớp activator thì các bạn muốn đợi khoảng chừng 2 phút hoặc là 3 phút, cũng tùy theo cái khí hậu trong ở ngoài trời ngoài, và cũng là cái nhiệt độ trong cái salon, thì các bạn muốn đợi 2-3 phút rồi các bạn mới dũa bằng tay hoặc là bằng máy nha các bạn, cho cái mặt móng đều và bằng phẳng lại.
Originally, the step-by-steps are to follow with your activator once again and let that cure for a couple minutes after buffing. So we're going to go ahead and buff with the flex 100, 180 buffer, starting with the rougher side. So I'm going to actually avoid that step because I am going to be using gel color with this look as well. So you can use the two products together. You just have to switch up the protocol step by steps by not adding that second coat of activator.
Sau khi các bạn dũa và bằng phẳng xong thì các bạn có thể buff cho cái mặt nó mịn thêm để cho cái lớp top nó bóng. Nếu mà các bạn muốn dùng cái gel color để làm cái top thì cũng được, thì các bạn skip cái lớp số 2 activator nha các bạn.
Alright, so I'm going to dust off the excess. And I've made a huge mess here, but guess what? I'm using the Expert Touch table towels and I can simply fold this and move it out of the way. Now that I'm going to go into my gel color, I don't want any dust to get all over the place. So I'm just going to get an Expert Touch lint-free wipe. I have a couple already here. And I'm going to spritz on one of my favorite go-tos, NAS 99, to cleanse off any of that dust, because I'm going to go in with a little bit of gel color after this.
Cardina dùng 99% alcohol để chùi trên mặt móng để cho nó vừa sạch, để cho cái lớp gel nó vừa bóng và giữ bền bỉ hơn nha các bạn.
All right, so once again, I'm going to grab an Expert Touch removal wrap. I'm going to place that right here. That is going to be my palette. And I'm going to be using a couple colors from our Velvet Vision collection. So the first color I'm going to be using is Mystic Magenta. I'm going to apply a little dollop of that. And then a dollop of Psychic Plum. All right. Now, because I am using gel color, I am going to go in with base coat and cure that. So here I have our Stay Classic base coat for our gel color, and also Stay Strong. So two different formulas, same purpose, is adding as a base coat under your gel color. Go ahead and choose your favorite one. Our Stay Strong is going to last a little bit longer, and our Stay Classic is our original formula with new packaging. I actually prefer the Stay Classic when I am using enhancements, just because the viscosity is much thinner and it glides on nice and easier and evenly, and I'm not creating more bulk. So I'm going to go ahead and apply one coat of our Stay Classic base coat.
Với cái bước kế tiếp, Cardina muốn dùng hai cái màu của cái Velvet Vision. Cái này là cái màu giống như magnet á. Cái màu, hai màu mà Cardina dùng là Psychic Plum and Mystic Magenta, là hai màu này cũng là mới của sản phẩm của cái sưu tập collection Velvet Vision nha các bạn.
All right, and I have that curing for 30 seconds in the OPI LED light. And then I'm going to load up my brush. So I'm going to start off with the Mystic Magenta. Roll it in and drag it out because we are going to be doing some line work. So this is a longer, more of a striping brush. And I'm simply going to go along the lines that we've already placed just to add a little bit extra, because why not?
Các bạn cũng đã coi thì Cardina sau khi bỏ một cái lớp base xong rồi lấy một cái liner brush và dùng một cái màu gọi là Mystic Magenta. Again, cái màu này là cái màu collection mới của Velvet Vision nha các bạn.
All right, so doing the purple on top of the purple and then the pink on top of the pink. You could switch it up, of course, if you'd like.
Caldina, I love this nail look too, because I feel like if you're somebody who loves glitter, this is like the nail look.
This is like as extra as you can get, right?
Like you want all the glitter. Like you got glitter in with the Mystic Magenta. And you're adding your own glitter, and then you're adding that little dark color in the back. I love this look. It's so fun, and you can switch it up with any colors that you want. So I love that.
You like a little Vegas in your nails.
Yeah, it's a little party on your hands, you know.
A little bit.
All right, so this is a magnetic gel polish, and I am using
say that again.
Magnetic.
Say it one more time.
I didn't want to burst everyone's bubble, but
It's still a
yes,
preview, it's
I had
okay.
to burst it. And we will get into a little bit more details about this process. But of course, with the Velvet Vision, use a magnet to activate those magnetic micas and create this dimensional 3D look. So after you're happy with that, go ahead and cure for 30 seconds in the OPI LED light.
Sau khi các bạn lấy hai cái màu Psychic Plum và Mystic Magenta vẽ cái lằn trên mặt móng, rồi các bạn muốn lấy cái nam châm để làm thành một cái design nữa nha các bạn. Đây là giống như em vừa chia sẻ, Velvet Vision là một cái siêu tập mới của công ty OPI. Thì các bạn sơn cái màu này xong thì phải cần cái nam châm để ấy lên để thành một cái design nha các bạn.
All right, so once that's done curing, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my OPI Gel Color Stay Shiny Top Coat and top coat my design.
Sau đó các bạn muốn lấy cái Stay Shiny Top Coat của công ty OPI và sơn mỏng và đều lên trên mặt móng để giữ lại những cái design của mình nha.
Yes, we want our audience to know that Galdina is actually using two different collections. She's featuring the Downtown LA, and she just hinted at the next collection we'll be featuring, which is the Velvet Vision. The Downtown LA collection is featuring 12 new colors. It comes in nail lacquer, gel color, as well as infinite shine. And it also features 6 of their powder perfection. So 6 colors out of the Downtown LA collection is in powder, but the rest of the other colors are all nail lacquer, gel, and infinite shine.
You got it. Good job. That was a mouthful.
I know it's a lot.
I'm impressed.
I just want our audience to know, if you want it, go ahead and you can reach out to Sam's Nail Supply to get the collection today.
All right, thank you so much for all that info. Yes, definitely hit up Sam's Nail Supply. And you also get that swag if you order enough.
Yes.
All right, so my nails done curing. I have a saturated Expert Touch lint-free wipe with NAS 99, and I'm just going to wipe off that inhibition layer, and my look here is done.
Sau khi các bạn hơi móng tay xong, các bạn lấy ra và chùi với alcohol, thì sau đó các bạn thấy đó, cái mặt móng rất là đẹp và bóng nha các bạn. Nếu mà các bạn đang coi, nếu mà các bạn thích những màu mã mới này với hai cái collection Downtown LA và Velvet Vision, và một cái collection lúc đầu mà Gardina cũng chia sẻ với các bạn gọi là Nature Strong, thì các bạn có thể gọi ngay Sam Nail Supply để mua ngay những sản phẩm này với những giá đặc biệt. Và hôm nay công ty OPI cộng tác với Sam Nail Supply sẽ cho các bạn 20% những sản phẩm của công ty OPI, và các bạn mua 100 đồng trở lên thì cũng có quà tặng của công ty OPI nha các bạn.
Thank you so much, Anne. All right, so that completes our second look.
Oh my gosh, yes. Show us the final look. Everyone wants to see it.
All right. So this is the one I did right now.
Perfect.
And as you can see, the first one I did is similar, but yet different. So yeah, it really depends on what mood you're in. And
wow, thank you so much, Galdina. Again, if you guys are interested in getting these collection, you can go ahead and call Sam's Nail Supplies right now. You can call to order at one of their many locations across Texas. So feel free to go ahead, and you will, if you buy these collections, you get a bunch of OPI goodies as well. And for those listening and watching today, remember to stay tuned because you can have a chance to win the giveaway gifts. So there's a lot of goodies, and so if you guys are paying attention, we're going to ask a question very soon, and if you answer correctly for the first one, then you will be able to win. And I also want to mention that this giveaway is only for those in the US. All right, the last collection we are featuring, and this is just so exciting. I'm excited to allow you guys to see it like live on camera, which is OPI's new Velvet Vision collection. From what we know, it is 6 magnetic effect gel colors. So Heather, can you tell us more about this collection?
There's a lot to tell about this collection.
Yeah, this collection is very special.
It's exciting, right? Because I think this is like probably one of the first times we've seen it manufactured in the United States.
Yeah.
We know that the magnetic effect has been around it's been around for a while. But the thing that's unique about this is our traditional, when we called it cat eye, that was something you had to layer over another color, because as soon as you applied the effect, the color would disappear and you would get the line or whatever effect you wanted. So you had to have a color underneath it. This is a fully opaque color. You don't need to put another color underneath it. You can.
You can, yeah.
You can actually change the oh my gosh, you can change the shade, the hue. There are a lot of artistic opportunities with this shades, but you don't need them.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about them.
I know. I will say, I'm wearing it right now, and I'm just wearing this color. There is nothing underneath. You don't need it. You can just put 2 coats on, and it looks fantastic.
And if you want to pop it, you can go ahead and partner it or pair it with another one of our brighter colors underneath it. Similar. You can go darker by putting it over black. You have a lot of options.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for nail artists. So why do you think nail professionals should get their hands on this right now?
Because it's literally the easiest art upsell that there probably is ever.
Yes.
It's so simple. You can upgrade and upsell with maybe 3 minutes extra of effort. It's just adding that extra layer of interest, that extra layer of excitement. Personally, I think that this is what glitter wants to be when it grows up.
Good to mention, because again, I know some of you guys out there, those nail artists, you guys love the extra glam, the extra glitz. So this is that really great product that you can sell to your clients, you can test on yourself, and there's so much room to play with as an artist. And you wanna elevate whatever look that you're working with. So I feel like this is a great collection. All right, so we want to see this live. Galdina, take it away with Velvet Visions.
All right, so here are the 6 colors. I've swatched them, and the first color is Platinum Eclipse. It's a nice silvery color. Magnetic Poles, which is perfect for fall. Now that we're getting into fall, you see pumpkin spice everywhere, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. Mystic Magenta, which is one of my favorites, along with Psychic Plum. And our blue in the collection is Teal Trance, and a green Emerald Illusion. So I feel like the camera's not doing it complete justice.
It never does. I was just going to say that.
The 3D effect, the dimension that goes throughout the nails is just absolutely stunning.
I think they should come with a warning if you put this on your clients, not to look at them while they're driving.
Right.
Could be a problem. Could blind somebody, or actually, I see people doing this when they're driving. They like to put their hands on the steering wheel.
I like to see my hands too. I'm like, ooh, look at that sun hitting my nails.
Why do they look so nice against the steering wheel?
I don't know.
But they don't look so nice when you rear end somebody when it happens.
Oh, yeah, trying to avoid that.
All right, so I'm just going to show you a quick application on how to do this before I get into the nail art. But here's a little sneak peek of the nail art that I will be doing. And believe it or not, these are 2 of the same looks with just 1 difference. And we'll get into that in just a second.
Trước khi bắt đầu thì Corina muốn cho các bạn coi đây là một collection mới gọi là Velvet Vision. Tổng cộng có 6 màu. Đây là phải dùng cái nam châm để làm cái design nha các bạn. Thì với collection này thì Corina sẽ chia sẻ một cái kiểu mẫu rất là đẹp. Bước đầu tiên là dùng một cái Stay Classic Base Top Coat, và sau đó bỏ vô đèn hơn 30 giây.
All right, so I applied a coat of Stay Classic Base Coat to my swatch stick, and I'm letting that cure for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go in with a coat of Mystic Magenta. And you're going to see how easily it is to do this with just 2 coats. So like Heather mentioned earlier, you don't need a base color in order for this to work, which is what makes it so much quick and easier than other magnetic gels out there. So I'm going to apply a nice even coat of Mystic Magenta to the entire nail.
Bước đầu tiên là Corina dùng cái màu Mystic Magenta sơn lên một lớp mỏng và đều. Em cũng muốn nhắc cho các bạn, nếu mà các bạn muốn dùng sản phẩm này thì các bạn có thể không cần cái base coat cũng được, nếu mà các bạn muốn skip một cái lớp đầu tiên của cái base.
And before curing, you want to go ahead and use a standard magnetic tool like this one. And the proper way to get that velvet finish is to hit 4 corners of the nail. So I'm going to start at the left tip area, and as you can see, I'm going to be moving the mica pigments up, and I'm going to pull away and then go on to the other corner of the tip of the nail. pull away, and then go on the right hand upper corner of the nail, and finally the upper left. And holding my magnet in the same angle, the same time. And as you can see, it's moved those micas all around. And this is just the first coat.
Các bạn cũng đang coi đó, thì với cái kiểu mà màu và cần cái nam châm này, các bạn thông thường phải cần một cái lớp đen hoặc là cái lớp màu đậm. Với sản phẩm của công ty OPI thì các bạn không cần xài lớp đậm. Nếu mà các bạn chỉ cần muốn xài cái màu của cái Velvet Vision thì sau đó các bạn sơn lên mỏng và đều, và cũng lấy cái nam châm rồi từ từ làm theo cái kiểu mà các bạn muốn, rồi sau đó bỏ vô đèn hơn 30 giây.
All right, so we want to let that cure. Once it's done curing, we're going to go ahead and apply a second coat of the Mystic Magenta and just follow the steps again. Now, because it is slightly sheer, you will be able to pick up a little bit of the pattern that we already placed down, which what makes this product so special is the dimension that you get. So that already looks really pretty, but we are going to add our velvet effect by doing the 4 corners on each side. And once we've done that, as you can see, the velvet effect.
That's so cool.
And we're going to give that a full 30-second cure.
So Galdina, do you ever have an instance where you overdo the magnet and then you feel like you have to start over again?
Yes. So easy to fix that problem. So what I actually do, I'll just get the product again from the bottle and just wipe off the excess and just kind of use it to smooth it out, kind of like wiping my mistakes and trying it over again before I
think that's my favorite thing about it is, oh, I went too far, brush it back out, do it again, and it's instant gratification.
Right. Or I've even actually tapped the magnet to the gel, which leaves a little mark. So just simply wipe it off and start over again.
Các bạn cũng vừa coi đó, thì Gardena dùng cái lớp thứ 2 thì cũng sơn lên mỏng và đều, rồi sau đó lần lượt cũng dùng cái nam châm rồi làm theo cái kiểu đầu tiên mà các bạn làm, thì các bạn sau đó bỏ vô đèn hơi 30 giây. Và Gardena đang làm là sơn một cái lớp Stay Shiny Top Coat để giữ cái design này ha. Nhưng mà em cũng muốn chia sẻ thêm một lần nữa, nếu mà các bạn lỡ sơn lên mà các bạn làm cái kiểu nam châm mà không có đẹp á, theo mình muốn, thì các bạn chỉ cần đừng có bỏ vô đèn, sơn lại cái lớp đó lại rồi làm cái design với cái nam châm thì nó vẫn ra cái kiểu mình muốn nha các bạn.
Right.
We do have a question from our little chat box. They asked, will a magnet come with polish?
It is supposed to come if you buy the kit of all 6 of the colors. But if you just liked a few of them and you did buy the entire kit, which buy the kit, guys.
Yeah,
it's
why
6
not?
of them
6
and they're
colors.
beautiful and they go amazing together. But it's something that you can easily find online with a quick search too, and they're very inexpensive. But it does come with the kit of the entire collection.
Perfect.
All right, so once your look is finished, I'm gonna go in and cleanse that inhibition layer off with some NAS99 and an Expert Touch lint-free wipe. And your look is complete. Easy, quick upsell, quick and easy to do. And the look is just absolutely amazing.
Wow, you could see the texture on that nail. That is amazing.
It's ridiculous.
It's so cool. I'm like, imagine having this all over your hands for this holiday, you guys. Come on.
I
You
walked
need it.
around just doing this outside. The sunlight's probably the best way to see it. You just walk around moving your hands around. You look a little weird, but it's satisfying.
All right, so here I have 2 of the same techniques. The only difference is the nail on the right actually has black onyx underneath, and the nail on the left is just the color. So you can see how pigmented these are. You don't need the black, but adding the black is gonna give more of a evening look, a little bit darker. If you want something a little bit more Halloween style, you could definitely add some black, add a little bit different dimension. And you have 12 new colors now, or 6 new colors if you add black underneath each one.
Sexy.
Các bạn cũng đang coi trên màn ảnh thì Gardena muốn cho các bạn coi rằng với cái kiểu mẫu này đó là một cái kiểu mẫu Gardena làm giống nhau, nhưng một kiểu mẫu là ở dưới có màu đen, còn cái màu bên kia thì không có cái màu đen. Thì các bạn cũng thấy đó, không cần dùng cái lớp gel màu đen nhưng cái kiểu mẫu rất là đẹp và cũng rất là phong phú. Thì đây là một cái sản phẩm mới mà các bạn có thể phối hợp những cái màu gần giống cái màu Velvet Vision hoặc dùng cái màu đen ở dưới nha các bạn.
All right. So in order to get this cool astrological look, I'm going to apply my base coat. Let's pretend I already did that just for, time purposes. I don't want to have to show how to apply base coat again. I'm just using a swatch. So I'm going to go ahead and use a coat of black onyx, apply that to the entire nail.
Với kiểu mẫu này thì Gardena sẽ làm một cái lớp màu đen ở dưới cái nền. Đây là cái màu Black Onyx, là màu đen của công ty OPI.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure that it is nice and even. And once I'm happy with my first coat, I'm going to go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds in the OPI LED light.
Và sau đó bỏ dưới đèn hơi 30 giây.
All right. So I'm going to let that cure, but the colors I'm using from the collection today are a Mystic Magenta, Teal Trance, and a Psychic Plum. So after that's done curing, I'm going to apply a second coat of Black Onyx and then use these three colors to get my astrological galaxy kind of nail going on.
Caldina, I think you have favorite colors.
Oh, you think?
I think the one with the black underneath actually sort of looks like your hair.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Obviously I have like a thing with these colors, but as I was creating my designs and I sat there and I was done and I looked at them all, I'm like, really? I literally just chose like all the same colors from each collection.
It's consistent. It's consistent. We know what you like.
Yes. And I wasn't even trying to. But I feel like these collections were made just for me. But I'm sharing it with everyone else. I'll be nice.
They're gorgeous.
Sau khi làm sơn thêm một cái lớp màu đen gel color Black Onyx và các bạn cũng bỏ vô đèn hư 30 giây.
All right, so as that's curing, I'm going to be using some kind of flat brush. This is just a regular, I guess like an ombre brush or flat brush to smooth out what the blots I'm going to be doing. So I have my three colors right here, and I'm going to apply little blobs, like brushing on. I don't want it to be like perfectly even, but you still want to cover the nail. And just going back and forth in different areas. So they don't have to touch because I'm going to smoosh them together with the brush. And just create a fun little galaxy kind of look. All right.
But you applied it almost like a color blocking type of
Correct.
style.
Yeah, very similar to color blocking. And I'm just going to kind of like brush downward and blend them together without making them muddy though.
So các bạn đã coi thì Gardena dùng 3 màu trong Velvet Vision, mà màu thứ nhất là Mystic Magenta, màu thứ hai là màu blue, cái màu blue đó là Teal Trance, and cái màu 3 là cái màu tím là các bạn Psychic Plum, và dùng cái 3 màu này phối hợp trên mặt móng nha các bạn. Rồi từ từ lấy cái nail art brush rồi lần lượt làm blend cái màu ra đều lên trên mặt móng.
All right, so I went in with the magnet on the four corners, like I showed you before, just to activate those micas and give it that like more of a 3D effect. It's gonna come out super, super cool once we do a second coat using the same process we just did. You could stop right there, but I want the colors to pop a little bit more, so I'm gonna add a second coat.
Nếu mà các bạn hài lòng với cái lớp đầu tiên mà các bạn dùng mấy cái màu của Velvet Vision thì các bạn có thể ngưng, nhưng Gardena muốn cái màu nó đậm hơn thì Gardena sẽ dùng 3 cái màu đó phối hợp y hệt cái lớp đầu tiên mà mình sơn, rồi dùng cái 500 để làm một cái design mà she muốn.
All right, so this time I'm going in the same area where I placed the colors before, but not trying to get them exactly where they're at, kind of overlapping the other ones. And then I'm going to use my brush and blot those colors together without making them muddy.
It's like an updated galaxy nail.
Right? with little to no effort on how you do it. I feel like sometimes when you're painting Galaxy, you kind of have to have a certain artistry technique. This is kind of just does it itself and give that a cure.
Sau khi lớp thứ hai thì bỏ vô đèn hơi 30 giây.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move my bottles out of the way. And next, to add a little extra, you could hand paint, but if you aren't that good at hand painting, I like to just use some simple stickers. And I found these little astrological signs, I guess, and we're going to apply those. Now, there's a little trick when you're applying stickers to gel color. I don't want any of my micas to go away, so what I'm going to do is apply a coat of Stay Shiny Top Coat first.
Trước khi Gardena muốn dùng mấy cái sticker để phối hợp với cái design của mình thì Gardena sẽ sơn cái lớp top coat lên mặt móng trước, rồi hơi đèn 30 giây để nó khô rồi mới dán mấy cái sticker lên nha các bạn.
I'm going to give that a full 30-second cure. Usually I would wipe the inhibition layer off, but because I don't want to lose any of those micas, I want to add a coat of top coat to kind of like encapsulate it, and then I'm going to add my stickers.
Hey, Galdina, I always love your nail art demos because they're just so easy to recreate for those who maybe are trying to get some inspiration or having, you're trying to figure out how to make really beautiful nail art and make it easy. Galdina always gives the best tips and tricks, and she always finds a creative way to use OPI's newest collection, because I feel like you've done a lot of nail art demos and we've seen you do like some of the craziest things, and I, in my mind, always think, oh my God, that is so hard to recreate. Like you can't do that. It's gonna take forever and waste so much time in the salon doing it. But it ends up being so easy.
Well, that's like the whole point of doing nail art in the salon. It's we love to create the artwork, but really it's about making more money. So do we want to take if we take 45 minutes to recreate something?
Yes.
We're not going to charge $45 for it, unfortunately. Personally, I'm like, charge $1 a minute.
Yeah.
But 45 minutes is just not conducive to, you're not going to make any money that way. So doing something that looks like it took 45 minutes
exactly
in about 5 minutes
is the best way to go.
That's the best way to go. It's the best value for your money. You can make a little bit more in your pocket. It's fantastic. And the client walks away. It creates this intense loyalty for them when it's a unique piece of art too, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I love that. Thank you so much, Galdina.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, so I've applied some stickers. So I removed that inhibition layer from the top coat. I applied my stickers super, super quick and easy. But in order to make sure that these stickers don't chip off after applying our top coat, I'm going in with a little bit of Stay Classic base coat. I like Stay Classic rather than the Stay Strong for this this step because the viscosity is much thinner. And I'm going to go ahead and give that a 30-second cure and simply top coat that after that's done curing.
Just in case we missed it because it was a blink and you missed it moment, did you remove the inhibition layer off of that layer of top coat?
Yeah, so I removed the inhibition layer, and completely necessary. If you don't remove that inhibition layer, your stickers are going to pop off because it's almost like having a little bit of oil underneath those stickers. You need that nice clean surface, so make sure to use the NAS 99 with your Expert Touch lint-free wipes to remove that inhibition layer. It's going to make it nice and clean and ready for that application of those stickers. All right, now that that's done curing, I'm going to go ahead and get my Stay Shiny top coat and apply a coat to the entire nail. And these stickers are not going to be chipping off. You're not going to have any problems with your client coming back to you with that.
Các bạn coi thì lúc mà Gardena sơn cái lớp đầu tiên của cái top coat đó, và trước khi các bạn muốn bỏ sticker lên thì các bạn nên chùi cái mặt móng với 99% alcohol để cho cái mặt móng nó giữ cái matte này về cái nâm trong cái design cho nó đẹp. Rồi sau đó các bạn cure cái top coat 30 giây rồi chùi alcohol đi, rồi dán sticker lên, và sau đó lại bỏ một lớp base nữa nha các bạn, cho những cái chỗ mà các bạn bỏ cái sticker đó để cho nó dính bám chặt, rồi cure 30 giây rồi sau đó thêm một lớp top coat nữa nha các bạn.
All right, so now I'm just going to remove that blast inhibition layer, and your look is complete.
I feel like we need an applause track right now.
I know. Woo!
That's
I love
gorgeous.
it.
Gorgeous.
Thì các bạn coi đó, sau khi bỏ cái base và cái top lên cái sticker thì các bạn và chùi sạch với alcohol thì các bạn thấy đó cái design rất là đẹp và phong phú. Đây là một kiểu mẫu rất là nhanh nếu mà các bạn muốn chia sẻ với khách hàng của mình.
All right. Thank you so much, Galdina, for showing us these amazing nail art looks using OPI's newest collections. I know that we have been showing you guys all these demos and sharing about these collections, and we also have a giveaway concerning all these things. So if you're paying attention, I believe Galdina has the giveaway question. Remember, one of you guys will win. The first person to answer correctly will win a bunch of OPI goodies. Galdina, what is the question?
So, name one collection we featured today on today's show. That is the question. In order to get some cool swag, like the apron I have on right now, I believe the masks, and go ahead and leave that in the chat.
Yes, go ahead and comment down below. You will win, like Galdina said, the apron, the towel, the really cool calendar, as well as beautiful mask as well. And if you are interested in any of the collections today, you can go ahead and call Sam's Nail Supply located all over Texas to get on these special deals. All you have to do is mention OPI Virtual Pro Show with the Nail Tip Show, and not only will you get some good goodies, but you'll get a great deal too. So thank you so much, Galdina. If someone was interested in following you on your social media, where can they find you?
You can find me at Nail Luscious on Instagram. And yeah, if you recreate any of these looks, I would love to feature you on my story. Go ahead and tag me at Nail Luscious to be featured.
Oh, perfect. And before we wrap things up, OPI is looking for new educators. Heather, if someone was interested in joining the OPI team, how can they do that?
It's really pretty easy. You can go online at thejoinwillaeducation.com. We are always looking for amazing nail artists to join our family. We do have some specific areas that we are looking, but that doesn't mean that you can't apply. If you have the will and you have the drive and you have the desire to help lead the next generation of nail pros, please again go to www.joinwillaeducation.com and apply right there online.
Công ty OPI đang cần tuyển nail artist cho vùng Chicago, Atlanta và Cali và Orlando. Mọi chi tiết đăng ký tại www.joinwillaeducation.com. All right, thank you so much to both Galdina and Heather for joining us on today's show. We have had so much fun, and special thank you to just OPI in general and as well as Sam's Nail Supply for partnering with us today. Remember guys, go ahead, call Sam's Nail Supply to get your special deals today, and make sure to come back at 1 p.m. PST for another OPI Virtual Pro Show. I'm Tiffany and this is the Nail Tip Show. We'll see you next time. Bye.